Aloha, Mark J. Coming to you from our home here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii. It's awesome. The cobalt blue water is back. That means spring is over and summer is here. So let's get out of the winter of your business, the winter of discontent, and move into some prosperity. Now I'm going to tell you right now, leaders are not going to like, traditional leaders are not going to like what I'm going to share with you right now. But if you think about it, right, Mark Twain said common sense isn't so common. My uncles taught me that when I was just a boy. They said, if you're in a hole, stop digging. So let's say you're working your business 15 hours a week and you're not getting the results that you want to get. The first thing that you want to do is check 80% of your time should be spent contacting new people about your business. We call this the main thing. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So if your business isn't growing, but you're in the business 15 hours a week, but you're only making 8 dials, well, you're really not in the business. So I'm going to assume, hey babe, could you throw me that eraser? I'm going to assume, let me step out of the shot here. I'm going to assume that you are spending time dialing, but you're not getting the result, or you aren't dialing. I'm going to assume one of those two things is true and show you how to improve the numbers dramatically so that you're walking the beaches of the world, okay? And this is what leaders aren't going to like, okay? We'll go back to our 15-hour example. What I want you to do next week is cut the amount of time that you work down in the business to 7.5 hours a week, okay? And increase the amount of time that you spend with your definite major purpose. Okay, why are you really doing this business? And I don't mean which your why, because if your why is constructed of things like get rid of credit card debt, tighten up my retirement fund and all that, that's not a purpose in life. I mean, do you really want that on your gravestone? John paid his credit cards off early and he had a solid retirement fund. That's not a life. What is it you really want to achieve? So you assume all that stuff is done, and the way that you find your purpose is, and I'm going to put a link down there for this, is your personality is going to fall into one of 4 colors: red, blue, yellow, or white. Okay, so what you want to do is take this color code and make sure that your purpose matches what's known as your core motive. Now, this isn't like all the behavioral tests that you've taken that are great, they show behavior. This is going to test for your core motive, what actually motivates you. So I want to make sure that your definite major purpose matches your core motive, okay? So let's assume that that's done, that you've either done it correctly or you're going to go over there now. I'll put the link, like I said, down there so you can find your color. It's free test, so nobody's pitching you on anything here, okay? So you want to cut down from 15 hours a week to 7.5 hours a week. Why is that? Well, the only reason that you're not making money in this business that you'd like to make is poor decision making. So you do this for 2 weeks, okay? Now think about what's happening, okay? And these are I always call them 4 boxes. There is actually 5, but these are the 4 that matter. This is thought, okay? And when we have thoughts, we're going to have a feeling around it, and that feeling creates our beliefs. This is what's known as the internal blueprint, and this is what's going to create the action. This dictates action, so this is action and results. Now, what your upline wants you to do, and leaders want you to do, if you're not getting results in 15, they tell you to what? Put in more time. Well, if what you're doing doesn't work, don't put in more time. It's preposterous. It's my uncle's advice. If you're in a hole, stop digging. You need to make a change in consciousness because it works this way. This is cause and this is effect. You know, we go to all these seminars and everything. What do they tell us to do? Take massive action, take massive action. Well, if somebody's working 15 hours a week and they doubled to 30, but they're not getting any results here, now they're going to put in 30 hours a week and not get any results. So the idea is, as you get more aligned with your purpose, and you must read it with unbridled enthusiasm because that purpose is a thought You want to charge it with feeling. That'll create beliefs, and it'll create different actions. That's the only thing that's going to create different actions. So let me spell this out for you on another level. So you're going to do that for 2 weeks. This is all you really need to know. Okay, there's a basic business formula here, and it goes like this. A T with the exponent of Q equals G with the exponent of ED equals GV, which is your group volume, equals your check. Okay, and what this stands for is time. The exponent is quality. So the quality of your time is going to be directly proportional to your growth, and the duplication is a byproduct of education. So ED is educate to duplicate. Okay, so the quality of your time is going to determine the growth. That's going to determine the volume, and that's what's going to drive your check up or down. What do you mean that's going to drive my check up or down? It's really simple. Poor quality choices means what? Poor quality time, slower growth or no growth, lousy volume, smaller checks. Better choices with your time is going to be more growth, more volume, and bigger checks. Let's break it down for you on one more level, okay? The next step in this progression to improving what? What I'm trying to get you to understand here is if it doesn't work, if you don't see improvement in 2.5 weeks, what you want to do is cut your work down to 4 hours a week, okay? And increase even more the amount of times, times you read that DMP. I say read it 40 times a day, okay? If you read it 40 times a day, the subconscious will accept it as an idea, and guess what? The quality of your time choices will start to go up, the volume will go up, and the checks will go up. So it's really that simple. So, DMP, really committed in your heart. Make sure that you get your core motive and have a DMP that's aligned with it. The more loyal you get to that, and by reducing your hours, you become a better decision maker with your time. Love you to know what you think of this. Leave me a comment down below. It's probably something you should share with your team. And notice if your leaders say, what do you mean we're put in less hours? Okay. You've got to improve the decisions that you make with your time so that you'll improve the results. All right, peace be the journey.